Hey y'all, it's Neil with NeilSarap Barbecue, and today we're going to be cooking a spiral cut ham. We're going to double smoke this ham, but first I want to prepare it so that it's a little bit more easy to work with. So the first thing we're going to do is get this ham sliced a little bit better than the way that it comes. They really just kind of slice through the top, maybe an inch or two down, and it really doesn't leave you access to really get the seasonings and sugars and glaze down inside the ham. So we're gonna start out by slicing this a little bit deeper. So let's bring you on in here to get a little better view, and we'll get started. All right, so that's looking a little bit better there. So you can see that it's only sliced down a little bit through this ham. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and take this and put this on our board. And then I'm gonna put a couple of pieces of wood. You can use some wooden spoon handles or what have you. I just wanted to get a little bit, I don't want the cut to go too deep, but I just want to get a little bit more than what we have here. So we're just going to use our, kind of straighten this up a little bit, keep our cut straight. So we'll just go in, find a spot. Then we're going to use our knife and start slicing down a little bit. Just get these cuts a little bit deeper than they are now. So now that we got our ham prepped a little bit better there, let's put that aside here. All right, so I've adjusted the mandolin to the very first setting. We're just gonna make some apple slices. So we just got basically 2 Honeycrisp apples sliced really thin. So it's on the number 1 setting on my mandolin. I mean, you could slice these with a knife, but it's so much easier with a mandolin like that. Now I'm gonna get these into a bowl and let's get them all seasoned up, and I'll get you that recipe. So I'm gonna start with seasoning that comes with it, the glaze mix. I'm just gonna put about 2 tablespoons of this glaze mix in there to begin with and see how that's looking. We're gonna make a little bit different glaze, but this glaze mix has a lot of the stuff that I want to put into this anyway. Got about what I'm looking for. It's got the sugar and the cinnamon, clove. We're just gonna get that all mixed up with our apple slices here. So we have our ham back in action, and we're gonna just take these little slices of apple here and just get those, start working those right into in between each piece. Just get a little bit of apple. The ham is already pre-smoked, pre-cured, all that good stuff. We're not gonna be cooking this ham as much as we're just gonna warm it up, and then once we get it warmed up to temperature, we're going to get a glaze going for this and get it in the oven to get the sugar. I don't know about you, but I like to get the sugar nice and crispy on the edges, but this should really get this ham spread out really nicely as well too. Allow some of our double smoke. We're going to put this on our smoker. Allow the smoke to get into there a little bit better too. I would say 1 to 2 slices of apple in between each slice of ham, more than enough. All right, here we go. We got all of our ham stuffed with our apples. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get this set up on our smoker and bring it up to temp. All right, we got our small green egg set up with some Jerk premium charcoal. All right, we're gonna go ahead and throw in one of our bourbon smoke-proof bourbon barrel blocks. This is a barrel stave from a bourbon barrel that was used to age bourbon. We're gonna go ahead and get that in there. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get our deflector plate in. And our grill grate on. We're gonna get this set up so that we're gonna be around 250 degrees. All right, we're gonna get our ham in here. Get our meter probe in. That'll squeal when this thing gets up to temperature. Just like that, and there we are. We're gonna let this ride until it gets to about 135, 140, and we'll see how it goes from there. Take a look. Looking delicious. We're at 143 degrees right now. We're gonna go ahead and take this off and work on our glaze. All right, we're gonna add about a 1/4 cup of apple cider. We're gonna add in the rest of our glaze pack. We're also gonna add in about a little shot of bourbon, a little bit of sprinkle of cinnamon, and then we're gonna add a little bit of pumpkin pie spice. Gonna go ahead and get this all dissolved. All right, so now we're just gonna bring this to a boil And then we're gonna turn the heat down and let it simmer and reduce just a little bit. And we'll be ready to pour this glaze on. All right, now that we've got a nice boil going, we're gonna go ahead and reduce our heat down to low and then just let it simmer and continue to reduce. Here's our glaze right here. We're gonna get our glaze poured over a little bit. Smells just like apple pie. We got our oven set on roast, 450 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to put a little bit of a top coat of some little brown sugar, get that little crunchiness going on. Get this up in the oven. We got our oven set for 450 degrees, and we'll get this out and make sure we don't burn it. Just want to get that sugar to start bubbling up on it. There we go. Getting all nice and bubbly. There's our finished ham. Looking so delicious. All right, we're gonna get this sliced. Let's just take this right here, right in the middle. Let's get us a slice. That is looking nice. Stunning looking ham. The smell smells just like apple pie. All right, our ham is complete. It's looking stunning. And all that's left to do is give it a little try. It's got a nice little crust on the edge. The smokiness. That sweet apple pie, the warm spices. This is delicious, I gotta tell you. I will be doing this again on a bigger ham. This is not a bad setup, you know. There's no bone in this ham. The smaller ones, a lot of times they don't have the bones. If you only have a couple of people that you're cooking for, this is ideal. This might be something I might do on a more frequent basis. This is just delicious. This little, try a little apple piece here. It's like a bonus. Even it has pulled in a lot of smoke from that American white oak barrel staves that we put in there. I call this a solid win, and we'll be doing this again. All right, I thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoy this cook. I hope you're able to do a cook like this and follow along. I think it was pretty simple. I think we used some simple ingredients. The seasoning packet that came with the ham, that worked out well. Has all those warm spices already included in it. We added that little bit of brown sugar on the end. Be sure to click on subscribe and check out our other holiday videos that we're going to be coming out with really soon. And I hope that you all have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Stay tuned for our next ham adventure. Ham adventure? Who's going on a ham adventure?
No, who is going on a ham adventure?
Okay. I can't work in these conditions. So come on and get a little bit closer here. Get a little closer.